Hello, thank you very much for joining us. This is the Conrado Show on Truth TV, where the truth liberates. And on this show, we get up close with people who are doing something exciting or impactful in our lives, and then also we really get very up close with young people who are living lives of purpose, passion, and power. In the sense that they believe so much that they have a purpose to fulfill on earth, and so they live intentionally, and then also they live with some kind of passion. Whatever they want to do, they do it with all their might. And then they also tap into the power that God provides them. And so when we identify such young people, we try to have that conversation with them to inspire other young people who also want to live their lives based on these three P's. And this show is brought to you in association with the Conrado Group. Conrado Group is interested in helping you to be able to do a few things. For example, if you want to travel abroad and you need language proficiency exams like the IELTS, the International English Testing System. If you're a nurse, you're traveling to the UK or one of those countries that demands the IELTS, we are the best to help you with your tutorials, and then you'd go and ace the test. And then also, if you want to do other programs that would make you get admitted at the universities abroad, we are the right people you should be talking to. Then we also help you with multimedia services. If you have a program and you would like photography or videography or some other things related to the coverage of the event, we can help you in that regard. Then also we are specialists in helping you with career advice and counseling. All of these, you can reach us on 02067 30 38 2. This show is also brought to you in association with Heritage Christian University College. And today, I'm so privileged to announce to you that the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, has accredited a program that we call the Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. Yes, BA Communication Studies, live and colored. We are running this program at Heritage Christian University College, and so we are admitting students for January admission, and pretty shortly we will be mounting the BSc Multimedia Technology as well. It's also going to be in January, and so just get in touch with us. And we also have other programs, like BA Psychology. We also have accounting with computing. We also have accounting and finance, entrepreneurship and technology, innovation, human resource management, logistics and supply chain management. We have marketing, we have business information technology, we have information security, information technology, we have nursing, we have midwifery, we have community development and theology, and we have theology and ministry. And we are also offering graduate programs, as in master's programs in MSc Taxation and Accounting, MSc Accounting and Finance, and MSc Human Resource Management. And so you can reach us, just reach us on 055 102 6164, or go to our website at www.hcuc.edu.gh and then apply. For just 100 Ghana cedis, you can apply for the admission, and then you can join us in January. I hope to see you here. Then we also have short courses that we run at the Heritage Media Center. We have short courses in newscasting, hosting of programs, voiceover, training, and phonetics and language skills. We also have multimedia programs like camera handling, video editing, and photography, graphic design, and others. This show is sponsored by Go Compliance Solutions. Go Compliance Solutions, they are specialists in health, safety, environment, quality assurance, and all of that for your business. If you want your business to meet all the standards, international standards, they are the right people you should be talking to. Get in touch with them at 0249 261 175, 0249 261 175. Go Compliance Solutions is your right partner for safety, quality assurance, and others related to that. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back to continue. I thank you very much for joining us. As I said, this is the Conrado Show, and we are getting up close with young individuals who are making impact in their spheres of influence, and they're living their lives with purpose, passion, and power. And so we get today very interesting young guy in the studio. He's the CEO of Bigguy Creatives. He is an author and also he's a preacher. And so I get to meet my own Bismarck. Guabing. Yeah. All right. So this is Bismarck Guabing. And so let me tell you how I met Bismarck. Bismarck was a student at Winneba, University of Education, Winneba. And he, one day I went to, I think, preach or teach, somewhere in Winneba at the Church of Christ. There was a seminar, and he attended the seminar, and then just after I finished speaking, then he walked up to me, looking all shy and respectful and humble and all, and then but very inquisitive. That was one thing that attracted me to him. He was persistent and inquisitive, and it was like, good afternoon. Please, my name is Bismarck, and I study graphic design at Winneba, University of Education. I would like you to be my mentor. I said, oh, really? what exactly do you? Because the things I do is not exactly what you're doing. And he said, yes, I still want to learn a lot from you. So I want you to take me as somebody that you would mentor. I was like, okay, this is what I love to hear mostly, and it was great that he broke that barrier of a lot of people coming to me, and then, he was feeling shy and should I go or I shouldn't go and that sort of thing. And today here he is right with me. Yes. All right, so Bismarck, how are you?
Oh, by the grace of God.
Okay.
It's a blessing to be alive.
Right. So tell me a little bit about your background. Where do you come from? Tell me about your parents and your siblings and background basically.
All right. So first
where
of all,
you schooled and all. Yep.
All right. So first of all, thank you for the privilege of being on your platform. I'd like to just say a little bit about the titles that you mentioned.
Okay.
About me or the personality.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about Bismarck is a multifaceted and dynamic individual.
Hey, bro, fuck us.
So that means I wear several hats, as you mentioned.
Right.
Minister of God, CEO of Bigguy Creatives. I'm also a motivational speaker as well.
Yeah.
And additionally, I am the founder and the president of Ignorance is Power.
Oh, that's interesting. We'll get to that.
A platform that is dedicated to empowering young individuals through webinars and daily messages.
Right.
So I happen to be born in Takwa. That's a place or a community of Bogoso. That was where I was born.
So you actually come from Bogoso?
Yeah, Bogoso was where
you were born, but your parents come from where?
So my mother comes from Gomwa Ekropon.
Okay.
And my father Gomwa Brofo. So they are all families.
Okay, I now understand. But they were living in Takwa, Bogoso area.
Yeah,
okay.
Bogoso. That was where I was born. So
okay.
They moved from Bogoso and they came to stay at Bobobo.
Hey.
In Takwa.
What?
Bobobo.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so currently that's where my mother is and my other siblings.
Right.
That's where they are now.
What does your mother do?
So my mother is into trading.
Okay, awesome. And where's your father?
So my father, when I was at GHS about to write my BC, he passed away.
Oh dear, so sorry. Are you the firstborn?
Of course, I'm the firstborn.
Okay, so you are his replacement. Okay, so anyway, now so your school, where did you go to? Primary, secondary, and then I've already mentioned university.
All right, so I started from Heavenway School Complex. That's
Wow.
where I started my elementary studies and my primary.
Right.
But with JHS, I went to Marquis Christian Academy.
Okay.
It's a missionary school.
Right.
That is related to the Churches of Christ.
Right. You see Auntie Rita and her husband?
Auntie Rita.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I'm so excited. Yes, Mr. Tassa. Thank you so much for training Bismarck for us.
So that was where I went for my JHS education. So right after before I was about to complete, that was when my father left.
Yeah.
So as a young person, I didn't even have a hope that I would get to this level.
I see.
Until true God intervened in my life, and he took me right from GHS. So he took care of me when I went to SHS. Then from there, university.
I see.
And my church too also helped as well.
Yeah.
And other individuals that I can't even mention their names.
Wow. I'm so excited. To know that. And so what did you study at senior high school?
Senior high school, I studied.
What senior high school was that?
I went to Bigguy Senior High School.
Oh, Bigguy
High School.
Yeah, okay. And you studied what?
So I studied visual arts.
Visual arts, okay. And then you went to university to study what?
Yeah, graphic design. I studied graphic design.
I see. And you just finished, when was that?
That was last year.
Okay. You did national service where?
At Heritage Christian University College.
Wow. I'm excited that you came here to do national service. He's been an awesome service personnel, and he's really done so well. Now, so back to your multimedia first of all. So why multimedia? First of all, how did you get into visual arts? What was it that did you really choose it? Did you like it, or they threw it at you?
Right. Thank you for the question. I think when I was a kid, I used to draw on our walls and even in our books. So, as some students would like to study and other things, we would take the book, and all that we are going to do is to start drawing. Start drawing.
Really?
Yeah. Even from my parents and to my teachers, I used to draw them. And I quite remember one time I drew Jesus Christ.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Did you see me on dreams or something? Interesting. I see.
Yeah, so the one that we see, that we claim is Jesus Christ.
He was the one you were drawing.
Yeah, I drew him.
I hope he wasn't white.
Yeah, so when I was done, I used charcoal to
make him black.
So when I was done, I used brown watercolor
to do
the painting.
Oh, I wish I could see that picture. You've lost it now.
I think my teachers used to tell me that when I go to the university,
I
should do visual art or something that is related to my passion.
Yeah.
But I was also having at the back of my mind that I want to become a pilot or a bank manager.
Oh my goodness.
That was what our parents.
Yeah, I wish their children to be. I see. Interesting. But do you still want to be a pilot?
I don't want to be a pilot. I think that I've still chosen the right path unconsciously.
I see. Wow, you've chosen the right path unconsciously.
When I tell you how I was able to get into this graphic design
and all of that,
I could see that it wasn't something that I intentionally said that I want to do this or that, but then I believe that God actually used certain people to work things into place for me.
Right. I'm so excited to know that. And so Bigguy Creatives, what about that?
Thank you for asking. So when you talk about Bigguy Creatives, that spun back to SHS.
Okay.
When I was at SHS, I realized a lot of people have nicknames. Others, a lot of names. So I was like, okay, I have been informed that a name has an effect on your life.
Okay.
So if I'm going to choose a name, I should choose a name that is effective in my life.
Okay.
And I said, if that is the case, then why don't I choose a name that is going to have an effect on my life?
I see. Interesting. And so what, Bigguy, what is so big about?
So I would like to still talk about Bigguy. what is Bigguy?
Yes.
After doing my scrutiny,
Right.
examine that people have names, I said, okay.
Yeah.
I even went forward to choose some popular names like Obama
Hey!
because I wanted the name
To be
that,
big.
yeah, that
Because you like
I'm going
big
to be,
dreams.
yeah, called of to have an effect in my life.
Right.
So Obama and a lot of names. I realized now I have to be unique. And I said, okay, now I think I want to be great. I want to become big in life. So why don't I choose a name that when people call me with that name, they don't know that they are helping me to
Become big.
climb the ladder of
Woo!
the ultimate
Yeah.
motivation behind
Yeah.
the name Bigguy Creatives.
Creatives. But what is it?
So Bigguy Creatives
Yeah.
is a freelance graphic design firm. Right now, we haven't established ourselves
Okay,
as
as a
like
business.
physical structure.
I see.
So
Okay.
we run the business.
It's a
through
business,
online.
all right, but you said as in freelance.
Yeah,
It's
freelance.
it's not like okay, I see. And so what do you offer as services?
All right, so we do flyer designs, poster designs, all sort of flyer designs, all sort of poster designs, then brochure. Then we also do
Logos.
book design,
Okay.
logos, a bit of videography, photography, and
I see.
others. Anything
Awesome.
graphic design, when you bring it, we are
Wow.
going to
Wow.
do it for you.
Wow. That's exciting. Do you do t-shirts and all designs?
So yeah, I do t-shirt design. and
Okay.
we have people that when you want the the design to be printed on
Printed,
t-shirt,
okay. You can also
yeah,
let them
contact
do so.
them.
Awesome. And what challenges have you faced as a young entrepreneur?
I think it has to do with, first of all, pricing, because
We want.
I
cheap
believe
things.
that's very good. I have the standard, but then when I should charge according to the work that I deliver, I think
Nobody will
people
come.
very good. So at times
Yeah.
I'm a bit
You're
in
told,
doubt
yeah.
on how I should price my
Yeah.
my works.
Exactly.
So that one is a bit
Right. Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah. Especially when you are doing something for the church, you're designing. People think that graphic designers they don't eat, they don't have any needs. They're just there designing, and that's all. And somebody else feeds them, And so we normally do not. I've been very guilty of that personally. I work with lots of designers and videographers and photographers and all of that, and I've not really consciously, thought about the fact that they like the service they're offering you, that's their skill, and they need to be paid some premium amounts. So we like, do this flyer for me, and then I'll give you 20 Ghana cedis, I'll give you 30 cedis, and all of that. Meanwhile, people do flyers, they're taking 200 cedis, 500 cedis, 1,000 cedis, and all of that. But it's
100
difficult
cities,
for us. Yes.
100 cities, it becomes a problem for people.
Exactly, because we haven't really, maybe it's you people who haven't made yourself that premium, for us to really put that high price on your designs. We know what it costs. I have a team of people that I work with, designers and photographers and videographers, blah blah blah. And I know what it takes to get one thing done, one design done, one video edited, or animation done, and photography, video production done. I know what it takes, and I know how much it costs to have these equipment as well, And so I think you people need to sell yourselves better. We've taken you people for too cheap.
So I think that has to do with the perception that we have with designing,
Right.
because we think design is all about you have a laptop, then the person will just put text and colors. That's all. So why should I come and pay
So much.
huge amount of money for you?
It's not huge. You are making it also look huge. 100 CDs. Somebody should pay 100 CDs for a flyer. It's not huge, but because you haven't really told us that, hey,
the thing is that
this is my job.
they think it is very easy.
That's one thing.
They don't know the time consumption of it.
Creativity.
You have to sit down,
Yeah.
try so many things
Yeah.
to be able to get the exact thing that you want. And when you are done, the client will be like, "Oh, I don't like this color.
We have to
Oh, I
start
don't
all
like that.
over again.
I don't." In fact, it is
It's
very
frustrating.
tedious.
I know. And if you have not quarreled with a graphic designer before or a video editor before, then you've not really encountered somebody who knows their worth, their creative abilities, and then also you yourself knowing that this is what you want them to do for you. You have what you want them to do for you. They also have some creative abilities that they want to put into play. And it can be frustrating sometimes and difficult sometimes. But I think you people need to do a campaign. You need to start doing a campaign
Sure.
to let us really respect you people and put premium on your services.
You
I
are
think
right.
it's a big campaign. Maybe you need to start it. I'll support you in that
Okay,
because
don't worry.
I work with a lot of them. Yeah. So but that's a big deal, as an entrepreneur trying to start because you've got a skill. You don't need to be employed by anybody before you can actually survive. And that's one key good aspect of your kind of jobs, multimedia, because once you have the skill, anybody you can offer the service to, and you don't need to go and I'm applying for employment as a graphic designer. No, you can be there, employ yourself, and then offer your service to people. And so that's one key thing that I love about your field. Now, how did it? I mean, getting to study this for 4 years. What were some of the issues or challenges or things that you had to go through in order for you to graduate?
All right. So I think that's also a great question. When I went to the university,
Yeah.
I must say that I was already in design.
Okay.
But then what I was doing was just using the mobile phone.
Hey, really?
Yes, it wasn't something that was so, let me say, great. But then for starters,
I
we were
see.
doing something with the mobile phone.
I see.
So going into the university or entering the university, you would have to do a lot of works with your laptop. So I knew nothing about what we are going to learn. So when I went to level 100, I think we do more of general
Yes,
courses.
yeah, exactly.
We didn't do anything that was
Related to even graphic design.
our field.
Yeah.
Not until I got
To
to
200.
level 200, that was when we're divided into a sphere of field,
Yeah.
like the particular
Yeah.
field that you like to dive into in graphic design. So, to be frank, I told myself that no, I know that I don't know much when it comes to design. So, what do I do? Within a space, I gave myself 1 month that I have to make sure that I know how to design within this month.
Okay.
So I had a laptop. Within that month, I wasn't going anywhere. I was inside. I go to YouTube, watch tutorials, and try to mimic the same thing that the person has done.
I see.
So within 1 month, like I was surprised how I was able to improve so rapidly.
Really?
As a designer,
I see.
I improved rapidly. It wasn't like when you go to the university, they are going to teach you everything. They are going to guide you.
Exactly.
So we go for lectures.
Right. Show the principles and all of
They
that.
give you the work, show the principles and everything. Go and do it. When you come, and they criticize your work.
Yeah.
So that was how
yeah,
the path was being guided.
Interesting.
Being guided.
And then you had one semester that you had to do industrial attachment.
Yes.
And where did you do that?
So I did my attachment at Heritage Christian University College.
Also,
that was where I did my attachment.
Right. And he was phenomenal there, when he came here. And then he helped with Truth TV. He was helping us a lot with a lot of our designs. And so, we had to give him an opportunity to come and do national service here by force. Yeah, and so that's nice. And so the thing is, if they give you a stage, you must perform. You must show what you can do, and then they'll call you back. But if they give you a stage and you go and mess up, your attitude to work is bazaar. Your improvement is not the very best. Some of the things when he came here, it was here that we had to teach him how to do those things. Exactly. I know that's your number one that you mentioned. Squeeze back.
And photography.
So his so he had to learn certain things here on the job, and that's one good thing about industrial attachments. And so when he came here, we really need to we needed to help him to be able to learn how to do the squeeze back that we put on TV and all of that. And so sometimes you just have to open up and say, I don't know how to do this. Can you please help me? And then you have to be humble enough and then let the others who are there to help you. Otherwise, you think you know, hey, mini, and then you go and then you don't know anything. Yes. And nobody will be opening up to help you if you don't say that you do not know it and you're willing to learn. So that's exciting to know. How do you stay ahead of the game in terms of the industry trends?
All right, so I think one thing that I do is to go on YouTube and look at the works of people, how people are going in the game, how far they are doing with their works. And
I see.
When you see that alone can inspire you. So that's what I do. And I think with our work, it has graduated to some extent that you can even take someone's work and if you are really smart, it doesn't matter how the work is, you can try to replicate exactly the work, and that alone can boost your creativity.
Yeah. Awesome. Now let's move into another field, and that field is ministry and also your motivational speech. Speaking, and then also writing and all of that. And so let's start with ministry. Why ministry? And how did you get into it?
Okay, good. So when I was a kid, I think way back at SHS, I used to go to class and we debate concerning certain scriptures.
I see.
Yeah, with my colleagues. Then right after SHS, I think people when they see me, I don't know, they just label me or suffer.
Hey,
it wasn't like I did something or whatever, but when they look at how I go about my things, and they just label me with that name. So I was like, oh, if that is the case, then I think God wants me to become pursue that field, because He has inherently put all of these things inside of me. That is why I'm able to exhibit them easily.
I see. So, and how did you get trained?
Yeah, so I wrote down some of the things I want to do when I think after I completed SHS. So one of them was the ministry. I want to enter into ministry because I feel that I have passion in it. So when I went to the university, I was listening to Dr. Mouse, and I was inspired with how he was able to do so many courses when he was at the university.
I see.
And I said, if that is the case, okay, when I go to the university, I'm going to use that opportunity. In Ghana here, it is very difficult to see people offering so many courses.
Yeah.
So I was like, at the same time.
Yeah.
So when I go and I get any opportunity, and when I went to level 100, I wasn't so much into campus ministry because I wasn't staying with them.
Yeah.
I was staying with someone. So I used
outside
to
the campus.
And that was where I saw you.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it wasn't at campus. It was at Sophia Sense Church.
Yeah, exactly. The Winnipeg Central Church, exactly. But I thought you were coming from the campus ministry.
So I see. It was level 200 that I went to the campus ministry.
I now understand.
And when I went to the campus ministry, I heard they were announcing about or advertising about the HBI, and said
Heritage Bible Institute.
So why don't I take this advantage and learn in that field as well?
I see. So you were combining your degree with the Bible Institute. I see. That's exciting. And then, so while you were graduating, Bachelor of then is it BTech?
Yeah, Bachelor of Graphic Design.
Oh, that's how it's called. I see. And then you also were getting your intermediate certificate in Christian ministry from Heritage Bible Institute. That's exciting. Congratulations, Osofo.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
and currently you help with a church, like you help at a particular church. Yes. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I help at Hilltop Church of Christ.
Okay.
Kwabenya. That's where I am now as I speak.
Yeah.
So I serve as a junior minister or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Learning from the senior ministers that we have over there.
Right.
So that's where I'm
awesome.
At. I also lead songs and also help the youth in the church.
Right. You are an awesome songs leader as well. I can testify to that.
Thank you.
And so So then you do motivational speaking as well.
Yes,
and
I do
then you've written
motivational
a
speaking.
book as well. What's the title? I forgot to bring it. Yeah.
Alright, so the book is all about legacy. The title is The Embodiment of a Great Legacy.
Okay, interesting. You co-wrote that with
Yeah,
someone. Who
with
was that?
Naomi Uche.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. What inspired you guys to write that?
Alright, so I was there one time and she called me that she's writing a book. So she has seen that I have that passion, that she would like to help me. So
I see.
if I can write on any
Subject matter.
topic or subject matter or chapter, she's going to appreciate that.
I see.
Then I think I wrote on multiple chapters, then I sent it to her.
Awesome. And it's difficult to write in Ghana, right? As in to sell books.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah. How have you navigated that?
That's great. I think Ghanaians don't appreciate book writing at all. But then I think as young artists, we shouldn't let that demotivate us.
Exactly.
Because I started from campus church. Others were interested. Others bought some. I went to my hometown. I think I had 1 or 2 people who bought the book just because they want to support you, not because they really wanted to read it. And can you imagine? I don't know whether I should say this, but I have to say it. I went to a Bible camp or something, and I did announcements, and those who bought the book were only few. And I was a bit demotivated. I was like, we don't appreciate book writing and those stuff.
Yeah, because that's a very good one. I've written 3 books, and it's been the same experience as well. But I've decided that it's not really about the how do you call it? It's not about the fact that people do not like to read. Yes, that's one of the causes, but also because times have changed. People don't spend too much time with books. They would rather spend it on phones. And so if you have anything to say, you better say it on the phone or put a book in a digital copy or something, and so that you can have it on your phone, on your laptop, or Amazon, all those digital publishing platforms and all of that. So, and then you can still make money. So that's a different ball game we can talk about some other time. But basically, don't get discouraged. Your writing skills are appreciated, and you need to be able to keep up and look for creative ways of making your sales. And that's also one thing that you need to, as an entrepreneur, you need to change with the times. You cannot be stuck in the status quo.
Thank you very much.
All right. And then, so finally, let's talk about the future. What does the future hold for you?
All right. So with the future, although I'm into graphic design, but then I see myself to be more of a global speaker.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel that passion is really burning inside.
I see.
That is why it has led into the motivation.
Okay.
Because right now,
tell me, the ignorance is power. I forgot about that. What is that? And it sounds odd. We know knowledge is power. What is all this ignorance?
Right, so let me just talk about the name of the group.
Okay.
Then I dive into what we are into. So when you talk about ignorance is power, ignorance indeed is power. But in what sense? It's like saying knowledge is power. Ignorance is power. It can be likened to an acid or an explosive device.
I see.
It is very powerful, but when you don't use it in the right way, it is going to work to your negative. So when it comes to ignorance is power, ignorance is negative. That's all that we all know.
Right.
But we are creating the awareness that with it negativity, if we do not become aware, if we do not save ourselves from ignorance, and we then do not acquaint ourselves with knowledge or become cognizant with information, we are going to fall into the trap of ignorance. We are therefore putting the
so it's like a play on words and then also some irony and all of that. You're not saying that you're promoting ignorance, but you're saying that in your state of ignorance, you should be you should thirst you should be thirsty for knowledge, and also try to be inquisitive and find out more, because we are in a world of information,
Exactly.
and he who has most wins the day. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Great. So it's a WhatsApp platform or what?
For now, it's a WhatsApp platform.
Okay. You have about how many members there?
We have.
I'm there, but I'm not too
270,
active.
270.
I'm over 200 people, and you do. I love the series that you do. Like, you see, every week I see
Yeah.
flyers and designs.
Yes, so every
Nice
2 weeks
designs.
we talk about a particular topic.
Okay.
Then in the next 2 weeks,
Okay.
another topic. Then every week, myself, I put motivational
okay.
message
Messages.
and speech on the platform so
Right.
that people get motivated within the week.
Why
as
this
well.
motivation? I mean, many people say that some preachers have become motivational speakers. Why motivation? Because I mean, I am also into that, but I want you to tell me why are you getting so fascinated with motivation? What is it?
Thank you very much for the question. I think at times I even become guilty because when you meet people and they be like motivational speakers, like, oh, this one is said by motivational speakers. Someone will be like, oh, I started a business with one city or one house, and they laugh at it.
Yeah.
But then it goes beyond that.
Right.
I am getting so much interested in it, in the fact that I think I am where I am because of motivation.
I see.
When you listen to it, there is some power in it that ignites you to go and do something.
I see.
So that power has really motivated or inspired me to be on this level.
I see.
And I think that I also have an iota of motivation in me,
I
in a
see.
sense that I feel that I have the
Something,
power, the speed, the voice that when I get the platform,
Right.
all that I need is just give me a background music
Uh-huh.
and I can be able to create something to motivate people.
Wow.
I have the passion in me.
I see.
And regardless of whatever people are saying, I
Wow.
still believe that we need motivation in our lives.
I see.
It should be something that we have to consume every week,
I see.
every day.
I see.
Because if we are not motivated, in life, all of the things that we do,
Yeah.
they hinged on motivation.
I
So
see.
if you don't have motivation, you can't do anything. I
Awesome.
believe that people have to be motivated.
I
And the
love
passion
that.
is there. That is why I'm.
Whoa, that's why you're on the
Motivating
Conrado show, because one of our pieces is passion. You've got to be passionate before you come on this show. And I love that bit that you said that everything we do has to do with some motivation. You must have some motivation in you. And I think many people lose that fact. They lose consciousness of the fact that, you need some kind of inspiration, something burning within you to be able to do things. Many people do not know, but I mean, when I was at the university, one of the things I was doing was just buy motivational books. When I see any, I mean, I wasn't rich. I was just a normal, regular guy, but I would save all my money just to go and buy books, motivational books. Of course, I was buying novels. I was studying English and I was buying books and all of that. John Grisham's books, I could buy 20 in a day,
Wow.
and go and finish reading them all in just 1 week. And books. So my whole it came to a point that I was a pitcher. That's an illegal, illegal.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
resident. I was just a regular pitcher, and so one of the reasons I had to leave campus was because my books were becoming too much of a burden to the one I was pitching. Yeah, because somebody has given you small space, and they come and put, and then you have come to every second you're buying books and all these motivational books. Come on, get out of here. So I had to go rent a place. Oh no, they didn't sack me, by the way. But I mean, I felt that it was too much for me being, like a nuisance buying books. But I had a lot of motivational books, lots and lots. Had whole library, in the house, and everybody would come and it became a library for people to just come borrow books and read. I think right now I've stopped. But that was how I powered myself up. And so people see you and then they say, "Hey, Conrad, how did you do this? How did you become this? How are you able to do this?" They don't know that you need to. If you can't give what you don't have. People ask you, "Why do you speak so well? How do you do this? Where do you get all this sense?" If you don't have something, you cannot give it out. If you don't invest in yourself, you will be empty. You cannot become anything useful, substantial, if there is nothing in you yourself. And so for me, I learned because I motivated myself through reading motivational books and then watching motivational videos. Tons of them on my laptop, exactly. Every motivational speaker, just bring the person on. I know what they would say, and so that is it. And so when I see you getting into that, I'm like, oh yeah, keep going, because it is good. If you're a preacher and you kind of motivate your people, then of what benefit would your speech be if you can't tell people have hope, have courage, be able to tap into the potential that God has given you for you to be able to do things? Then there is something lacking. You need to have a bit of motivation in whatever you do or whatever you say. So it is very important for us to not to denigrate motivational speakers, because some of us, that's what we do, And so, and if people are seeing your output, it's because there is some input that they are not seeing. So that's very important, and I love it. I've turned the whole thing into a motivational talk. Let me stop before my producer start asking me when are we ending. Yeah. So basically, I love what you're doing. Just keep it up and keep doing your best. Keep investing in your mind and your heart, your abilities, and your skills and all of that, and keep inspiring others as well. Because just as how you ran to me one day and you were like, "Hey, can you be my mentor?" That's how people will also run to you, because they would see that there is something about you that's different. There is something about you that is inspiring and motivating, and they're seeing it in your life and the things you're doing and that sort of thing. So keep it up. Don't be discouraged. And you may not get money immediately. Yeah,
It's part of it.
exactly. You will not blow immediately, but ultimately you will blow. And so just find creative ways to be able to do what you're doing, and put yourself out, and people are going to see it, and people would demand your service and pay for good stuff that you're doing. So on this note, thank you very much. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure having you, Bismarck.
So much. I really
Well,
appreciate.
yeah, so
this opportunity.
my producer just reminded me that you didn't tell us about your social media handles and your phone number if somebody wants a service, a graphic design, or something that you do, or to be motivated, or to join your ignorance is power.
Alright, so all that I would give out is my number. That would be
Okay.
the first thing. So my
Right.
number is 0553 0553 73 7611.
Okay, take that again.
0553 73 7611.
Awesome. So that's Bismarck Wabbing. On Facebook, or is it Instagram?
So for social media, I think on Instagram, when you go, just Bismarck the Preacher. That's how
you
labeled myself
Right.
on social media. Then when you
Facebook.
want to, Facebook is Bismarck Boaben.
Okay.
Then when you want to access my
Business.
business, that one you can just type Bigguy Creatives
Right.
on both Facebook and Instagram as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And so that has been it. That was our show. The Conrado Show was brought to you in association with the Conrado Group and Go Compliance Solutions and Heritage Christian University College. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.